What's up guys, it's Chachi Power here with Rocky Punch Army to do a review of the GX62 Danguard A, or Danguard Ace as some people know him. Here's the box, alright, it is wrapped in plastic because I chose the collector option on the BBTS website, so make sure I get the nice minty fresh box. So on the back here you'll see all the pictures, the display stand here, the robot, all the different gimmicks and features that come with the set here, plus the alternate modes. Inside the box you'll find a couple of trays. You get the actual tray with the figure itself, which we'll get into in just a moment, and the trays with the accessories. So you got the wing set here and the shin guards, the hands and whatever, and you got the stand here, all right, with the anime accurate landing gear here. Alright, so let's take a look at the figure itself. We're going to go ahead and open this. Oh, by the way, it does also come with the instruction booklet, full color. Alright, I'm going to show you that in just a moment. So let's check the figure out. I've already gone ahead and sliced this open. So this opens like a door. Now here's a figure nicely laid out in styrofoam. I'm still glad to use styrofoam. I think die-cast metal robots should come in styrofoam, but I understand, you know, if some people prefer plastic. But anyway, here it is in styrofoam. We're just going to remove this, these little tabs here to be able to remove the main body. All right, it's got nice heft for the size. All right, and then we're going to need these knee pad items here. I'll show you what these are. They're actually shin guards, not knee pads. And we're going to need the head. We're going to use the regular head here, not the perfect transformation one, which I'll show you in a moment anyway, and take out the little ship here. Alright, we're actually going to attach these parts to Danguard himself. So we're going to take out these shin pieces here, which are the Cosmo arrows, and what's cool is that these actually do form weapons. These little pieces do fold out here and become weapons like this. They're like big sharp lollipops for him, but we're not going to use these. We're just going to put them on, snap them right onto the shin, the Cosmo arrows here. It's like that. They snap in very firm. And I did say I was going to use the regular head, not the perfect transformation one, but for the sake of the review, I do want to show you the perfect transformation so we can compare it to the you know, alternate anime correct pieces. Alright, so let's take this one out. You'll see the differences are very small. The helmets look pretty much identical, except you'll see there's a hinge located here, whereas this one has no hinge. Alright, so let's go ahead and use this one, pop it on. Alright, there we go. And we're pretty much just going to set them aside for a second so I can show you the other parts this does come with. Or the ships, I should say. So here's the little ship here. Alright, there's no die cast on the ship, it's just all plastic, but it is detailed very nicely. They do use a lot of paint app on here. Even the blue here is painted, the silver, so it gives it a nice high quality look to it, almost like a little small die cast, except that there is no die cast. Alright, now this ship has a very cool feature. The front cockpit pops off, becomes a separate ship in itself, and then this part here, if I can get it to do it, lifts up and forward, so now you have two ships. Alright, and also the head pops off and becomes a ship also. Now it doesn't look like much, right, because this is the perfect transformation head, but it does have the other head which I was showing you, the anime correct, and it's still not completely anime correct. Alright, so to use this and make it anime correct, it does come with a spare little piece which does become the rest of the ship here. All you got to do is pop it right into the helmet here, just like that. And you'll see it kind of fills in the head area very nicely. Get in there nice and close for you guys so you can really see what it looks like. And let's compare it to the other one. You'll see it's going to look much better this way. And what's really cool, and I thought was amazing, is that it has little tiny landing gear pieces that come out. You'll see the little wheels right there. Well, they don't actually roll, and then pop out the front ones. So you get the little ship, all miniature. Very cool. And in case you're wondering, guys, you can take the perfect transformation head and also fit this piece right in there. Alright. Now the other pieces we want to go ahead and attach, besides the Cosmo arrows, is this right here, this little backpack thing, which would represent the wings folded up. However, not really digging the way that looks. I kind of like seeing the wings folded out, so you can go ahead and replace it with the fold out wings right here. And all you have to do is line up these tabs into these holes right on his back and then push them in. And once you got them on there, you can leave them the way it is, like that, if you want the wings fully extended. But they also do fold in this way, all right? So they're not as pronounced, which I think looks pretty cool, but you know, always love the big wing look. Now, there's another piece I want to show you guys. If you open his chest, the doors actually pull out and then open up this way, all right? You'll see that there is landing gear there. Now, that's fine the way it looks, but you can actually remove that and replace it with this piece here, which is more anime correct for the robot when that does open up. So we're going to take a moment here and check out the die cast. Next thing we're going to want to check out is articulation. So you got the head on a ball joint, allows him to look everywhere, up, down, however you want. Then you got the shoulders here, all right, which flip all around, whichever way you want. And you can also extend the arms a little bit further out to give him more of an angle. You're going to move up this way, and allows him to cross his arms pretty much right in front of his chest, almost completely crossed, except that's impossible because of the thickness of his arms. All right, and you do have a little bit of waist movement, not too much, no ab movement there at all. Elbows, which I just showed you, and the hands here are in a ball joint. This movement here is for transformation, but you do get a rather okay movement for the hand here, and you also get the 4 fingers here that do open up, and the little thumb. You get the hip area, the legs extend out this way. They also pull down. You'll see the angles right there to give you a lot more movement, pretty much straight out to the sides if you wanted to, just like that. All right, and what's cool, you can really do the widest stance I've seen on a robot in a long time. Check out that stance, guys. Look at his feet, completely flat to the table. That's pretty good articulation. And then you have some nice ratchety knees right here. Then the legs also spin somewhat side to side, not too much there. And you get the feet, which have pretty good amount of articulation, especially if you pull down the ankle this way, which gives you the ability to do that stance I just showed you. So overall, very good articulation for this robot. Now we're going to get into some other accessories he has. He has the standard articulated hands, but if you don't like the look of that, you can just put regular fists on. You also got the relaxed open hand here, and then you have the Cosmo Arrow holding hands. Speaking of the Cosmo Arrows, like I said, you can use these. All right, let's pop them off. If you're going to display him with, because he does come with another pair, if you're going to display him with Cosmo Arrows, make sure you remove, or him using them in his hand, make sure you remove them from the shins here, because that would be inaccurate to leave them there. So you can actually use these. Now the issue with these is that they're only one-sided. So you get this side here, but if you're looking for perfect transformation, you got it. All right, so you can do it this way. Now he also has these, which are double-sided. So these look more anime correct. All right, I'm not going to swap the hands out. I'm just going to use the standard hands. But these also come together, double shafted that way. All right, and that would be his weapon. All right, he's also got enough articulation to be able to hold it with both hands, which I thought was really nice. So can't say enough about the articulation for something so blocky and heavy and chunky. Next thing I wanted to show you guys was the transformation, but because of the transformation, because it does come apart into 2 pieces, only momentarily, that is sort of like a weak point in the figure. So I've seen a lot of complaints about the figure falling apart. So it states here, you know, when you do take off the halves, the upper half and the lower half, you do have to make sure that it clips on to this back piece here. The first couple of times I had done it, I wasn't making sure it was clipped on, and the legs kept falling off. But once you do have it clipped on, as you can see, not much of a problem. I wouldn't go ahead and shake the crap out of it too much, but you'll see it doesn't really fall off. So anyway, I want to show you another part of this. There's a button back here to release it, and what was cool is Bandai put what do you call it, a little piece of tape here to keep it from scratching up. I would just leave it there if you guys don't want to scratch everything up, but whatever, you can take it off. It's up to you. So now that we have him broken into 2 pieces here, we're going to want to transform him. All right, you're going to want to take the helmet off. You also want to push the head in. This may not be the order that you do it, It's just the order that I do it. All right. Now in here, which I thought was really nice, is these little panels just push right in. I mean, that's a lot of detail right there. Then the elbows fold in. You want to fold in the wrists here also. The wrists are going to go right in here. Just feed them in through there. Same thing with the other side. Just feed that in right there. Now, before we continue, I did read through the book really quick, and there's something I wanted to show you guys. It's the first solo Chogokin that I have that has a full color, as far as I remember. I don't remember seeing any of the other ones having all the pages in color. Usually they just have like the graphics in the front or in the middle in color, but this entire booklet is in color. High quality pictures, really, really cool. So I suggest you look through this before you transform him for the first time. So moving right along, just make sure the arms are completely flush against the side of the shoulder pieces here. Make sure the wings are straight out. All right. And if you want to use the landing gear, go ahead and pull the doors out. You want to pull them out a little bit before you open them all the way. All right. And open up the landing gear, which, by the way, the landing gear is die cast, which I thought was a nice touch. There you go. All right. So we got the landing gear there. And now we're going to move on to the other piece. The nose of this pops out like that. The feet and legs you want to tab in. There's a couple tabs going on right there. Just snap them right in. Bring this forward. This does snap in. You'll see it's a little bit of an angle this way. Just snap both of them like that. Once you got the rear done here, you might want to set that off to the side for a second. Grab the Perfect Transformation helmet. Bring this piece out. Unfold this here. And this is like a little alligator. You open the mouth, stick that right in like that, close it right up. Now that becomes the cockpit of the ship. Now these two pieces have to attach together, all right? And the way you do that is grab these black pieces here, bring them up, and they got little tabs here which are going to go around and clip into these holes on the side of the leg. Now this is the tricky part. It's a little difficult to do. Not so much putting it on, but taking it off. So I'll show you guys a little trick. So put that onto the side, clip one, and then the other one should just clip right in. Just push them in, and there you go. Held in really nicely. All right. Now the last bit that you got to do is pop this open and bring this weird, really weird looking landing gear down. Thought that was really weird to just have landing gear so long. Just doesn't make sense. And here is Satellizer mode. All right, looks pretty cool. I know it's pretty much just a robot laying down with his upper body underneath, but it is a pretty cool looking ship. It doesn't fire anything. There's no gimmicks really when it's in this mode. But I'll show you guys what it looks like without the landing gear out. So we'll push that back in, just like that. Close the little doors and fold the rear landing gear in. And check out the quality of this, just listening to it. The way that just snaps right in, just love the way that feels. So anyway, there you go. There it is without the landing gear. You'll see the little fins pop out on the side here from the leg. So really cool. Now, the next thing I want to show you is the Anime Correct landing gear. Alright, so here's the landing gear. A lot bigger than the smaller ones that are in the chest. And you also need this piece. Now, to do it Anime Correct, don't want to leave the fits in there. This is for Perfect Transformation people, but I don't really care about Perfect Transformation. Just want it to be cool. Alright, so there we go. We don't want to leave this gaping hole in the back, so there's actually a cover for it. There you go. Now to attach the landing gear, you want to pop this off right there. It attaches in the very same exact spot. Once that's snapped in, you can go ahead and close the doors again. And I think it looks really cool. It actually looks a lot better this way. You don't need the rear landing gear. There you go. Let's fix that a bit. And it rolls rather nice. And it's actually a little more stable this way than with the other landing gear. So very cool. As if these landing gears didn't look bad enough or silly enough, it also comes with this. If you want to display it that way, it comes with this to help support it. I don't know why you would want to use that really, but it's there. It's there. And I think the nicest possible way to display this is actually using the included stand. Just like that. Look at that. No weird landing gear. It has the name of Danguard in the front, and it actually looks really nice. What's really cool about the stand is you can actually place everything. You can literally place all the parts right underneath the stand. Right here, as you can see, they all snap right in, and display the rest on the top, or just leave it as is. Now the stand is also able to hold Danguard A in his robot mode, and I'll show you that before we end the review here. Now I did mention taking this off of the legs here, the little clamps, is a little difficult. I've heard of people sticking things in there, screwdrivers to pop it off. Don't do that. All you got to do is just here, fold this down, separate the legs a little bit, and just twist right here. Just twist the legs, and that'll help you take that off. All right. All you got to do is just twist that around to get the clamps off. You'll see it comes off rather easily without sticking screwdrivers in there. All right, so like I said, you can also display them in robot form on the stand, just like all the other Solo Chogokins. You'll see the cutaways here, or the little indentations for the feet. All you got to do is put the feet right there. That'll hold it in a little bit better. I think the only thing that could have made this set better is to include more effects, like the missiles that come out of the shoulders, that photon punch effect, or whatever, that rocket punch type thing that he does. But still, excellent figure. Don't think this is anything lesser for not having that. And just because I know a lot of you guys are wondering, this is what he compares to the Yamato version. Let's take the stand off so you can really see the size difference. So even though he is smaller, I gotta say I kind of prefer the Solo Chogokin version. The other one, this one, is heavy, gigantic, very cool looking, but I tend to just want to mess around with this one more. And for my Transformers viewers, this is what he compares to next to a Masterpiece. Red alert there. And you got yourself a nice killer set, guys. That's pretty much it. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. If there's anything I missed out that you guys want to leave on there, please make sure to leave a comment below. Until next time, guys, bye-bye.